welcome back to the MANvFAT Wales YouTube channel. Welcoming for the very first time as a duo, the Cookie Dough Boys, the captain and vice captain of B&Js Cookie Dough Boys. Welcoming Tom back to the channel for the second time.
Yes.
But we did that virtually.
We did a virtual one during, well, it wasn't during COVID, was it? I just couldn't get on the sofa for
during the time where we realised we could use Zoom to record.
Yeah, basically.
This is my debut.
It is. You've never been on the channel.
In this sick room.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
How are you?
Very well. Well, I'm good in myself, but after that performance we just lost.
Yeah. We don't talk about that tonight.
We don't talk about that yet.
I won't ask you about it then.
You will.
What I was going to lead with here is that we played you last week, my team.
You did?
Great. And there was a moment, all of our games sort of blur into one at the moment. If it's between 7 and 9-0, well, that's about right. But there was a moment where I went shoulder to shoulder with Lewis Harry, but it was not a shoulder to shoulder. I felt like I'd been sent on a flight.
Are you saying Lewis is a physical player?
I'm saying strong.
He's a lot stronger than he looks. He is a lot stronger than he looks.
He barged me, and I took to the air for a bit. I felt like I had some hang time before I hit the ground.
Well, it's in the family, is.
Yeah. Well, there was also a moment where I grabbed your shirt and I heard a rip, or at least some sort of stretch.
Yeah.
You didn't mention it again, so I appreciate that for not mentioning it. But I did twig it, and yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's no problem at all.
It's damage.
It's not damage. It's
obvious.
Just a little bit longer.
Yeah, we had a bit at the back because the ball hit you right in the nuts, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. And I'd taken my flight beforehand.
Yeah.
So it was a rough day at the office.
Tough first 5 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that clanger in the first 5 minutes as well. I just gave the ball to Kirk off the ball. I don't even like football. It's a shit game. Talking of football, though, how's we're on week 9. We're on week 9. How has the season been for you boys? Not focusing on tonight because we won't talk about it. But the first 8 weeks of the season, how have they been?
I think it's been a little up and down, but on the whole, fairly good.
On the whole, pretty good. I mean, transitioning from last year's 6-a-side where we only ever had 6 turning up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think a lot of teams that have more than 7, they turning up, making multiple changes at a time.
Yeah.
It is, but we give everyone a chance.
And tonight we've had 10, haven't we?
Tonight,
10 turn up. It was meant to be 11. We've had one who
last minute.
confirmed last minute he wasn't going to make it. To be fair, he said earlier today he didn't think he was going to make it, but then he confused matters entirely. Didn't you, Ken? Yeah.
I'm not naming any names.
Best hair in the league.
Yes, yes.
Although we don't know who we're talking about.
No.
Real good spirit in the Doughboys. I think you're a very high attended team.
That is very true.
I spoke about it in my write-up a few weeks ago where Dean Lofty came in. It was his first week.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, wait there, Dean. I'll weigh these boys in. It was 3 of your boys, and I'll come back. And they just provided this picture-perfect MANvFAT weighing room scene where they're all cheering each other on. They all lost a shit ton of weight. Yeah. It was just perfect. It was just a real perfect moment.
That's what it's all about.
One of my favourites.
Well, we've had 10 out of 11 lose weight tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
And a 10%. And a 10% tonight,
well, 10%, yeah.
I know you're going to ask about milestones a bit before we get in there now.
I was buzzing with that. Because he came to me a few weeks ago for when he was like, I don't know what's happening, I just can't seem to shift it. And in the last 2 weeks, I think he's lost high at 1 point something each week. And he was like, I think that's my 10. Damn right, you should 10.
He stopped going to the gym, didn't he? He went to the gym. I've been in the gym all week this week. And sometimes, when it's your first week in the gym, it doesn't reflect on the scales and people get down about it.
Did you hear about this week when he'd been really good all week though? He said, I've been way under my calories all week, so I've been really, really good. And I got to this morning, Friday morning, and I was just ravenous. So I ate an entire 6-pack of crumpets. And I was like, I can't. That might be why your scales are up today, possibly.
That'll do it.
6 crumpets. I legend. A cup win to finish last season.
Yeah,
and a very strong this season. I haven't looked at the positions, but
we have.
I've seen more wins than not. Where are you in the
league? In the league at the moment, we are currently top of the league.
Top of the league?
Yeah, but we've got a couple of Bisno got a couple of games in hand.
We just lost tonight.
That was a cup game though.
Oh, there you go.
That was a cup game. So we're top of the league, same points as Bisno and Slow Boaters, I think. We've got a slightly better goal difference, but they've both got 2 games in hand on us. So wait and see how the last couple of weeks go. Yeah.
we're just happy that we're still the current holders of Billy's top knot.
Yeah.
Oh, what a thing.
Yeah.
What a thing. I tried to steal that on the night. I tried to swap them.
Yeah, for that. Well, I would say.
Well, the one that we had
Well,
was
that's
not.
the way.
It's not a straight swap, was it? It was not a straight swap. You definitely would have noticed if it was Stan's trophy and not mine. We've mentioned two there. We've mentioned a bad one in obviously tonight's loss. One thing I used to ask the boys on the single conversations is, what's your favourite moment with MANvFAT? And I know that between you, there's littered with moments that were particularly good that I can recall. I'd be interested to see what you guys hold as your favourite moment.
I got a couple. Obviously, when I first started, I do know how many seasons because it was chopping and changing. But obviously, you know, Bill, I'm one of the OG. One of the OG oranges.
I was planning a spot where I asked you about your old teams.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
But
Tom, former
Green,
Fatburn Rovers
yeah.
and Man City, and Ben is not got any former
This
teams.
is my first 9 weeks.
This is his
Yeah,
first
this is it.
season with us.
No, a couple of obviously we had a really strong start with the oranges in my first couple of seasons, but struggled a bit losing weight and hitting 10% with the cookie dough boys is a personal highlight. So I'm aiming towards my 15%. Currently the lowest I've weighed in years.
You said that tonight.
Yeah.
That was a real special moment.
Yeah.
89 flat.
Good effort, mate. Really good effort.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So for me, it's a little bit of a personal, been on a journey with a few different teams, but we keep going.
Very good.
So
Tom?
for me, it's Chamber turning up in an orange shirt for the first
Oh,
time. That's still my favourite moment.
thank you for bringing that.
Still my favourite moment of all of this. How much he hated the oranges, and
Thank
then they
you
ordered
for
an orange
bringing that
kit. It was brilliant.
Oh, and then they went on to win. It's definitely
Yeah.
something in the
We
colour.
must have done
Yeah.
something well for everyone to hate us.
And I think my second favourite moment, not including me at all, is Sarto's winning goal for the final match of Man
Oh,
City.
that was special.
When
wasn't
he
it?
decided to pull his shirt over his head and run around topless because he managed to score in the final.
took the moment of
literally
the
final
season.
kick. Yeah, moment of the season.
In
with
the final
the
moment
final
of the
kick
season.
of the final
Wow.
game of the season.
Quality.
Yeah. Fair play to him.
Fantastic.
Quality.
I was hoping we would get on to the MANvFAT tournaments that you boys featured in, yourself at Dorchester,
Yeah.
Tom, and obviously Ben. One of my favourite Ben Harry moments is one I didn't get to see any of, which is a semi-final showing at the Etihads.
Oh,
Nationals.
Yeah, Nationals.
How did that day feel on the legs?
I didn't really know what to expect. Like the regionals were tough enough, but the nationals there was a lot of us. We took a big group up. Everyone was cheering each other on,
Yeah.
so everyone was supporting everyone. But our legs were just gone. We just couldn't get over the line. I think Gav was injured.
Yeah, your team was broken at the
It
end.
was
wasn't it?
literally. I think Pep took a massive penalty saving the nuts again.
Yeah.
I think that happened twice.
Everyone's
Two
favourite
dates.
shithead.
We just didn't quite have the legs to get that extra step.
But then they got the minibus home where they all had God knows how many
Yeah, we
beers.
had a few parties.
And-
party bus we had.
What time do you back in work following morning? About 8
Can't
o'clock
remember
following
again,
morning.
You'll have to blame that's Chris Taylor's fault.
He literally sent a photo of himself up some scaffolding at like 8 o'clock the next morning back in
Oh,
work.
that's health and
He's a
safety.
broken man.
It was a good day though. Can't we
Thank you.
they're counting
It was.
for this year, next year, whatever it is.
It was just a cold day.
Yeah, well,
very cold
Manchester's
day.
cold in August.
Yeah, it was a very, very cold day.
Let's start the game. This is my favourite bit of these
Okey-dokey.
dual conversations that we've got. Now, contrary to my performance with Crot One Balls, I have sent you boys this ahead of time. So I'm expecting
But we
some
haven't
Shakespearean
really
answers.
No, one word, single
Very
word.
Shakespearean, but
Yeah.
So I'll ask the question, and then you can both give me your answer, and we'll have a. It's not quick fire, so we'll talk about the boys as well.
have a debate.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, good setup. Who on the Cookie Dough Boys is the most competitive?
See, I think it's me.
See, now I said if we're talking about on the pitch, I think it's Coxey. But
Yeah.
He gets frustrated.
He gets very
conceding a goal.
frustrated when the team let the ball through and he then concedes a goal.
But like me tonight, I
But
lost
you
my
were
head
very competitive tonight.
I
Yeah,
just
you
think-
were.
because they went down to like 6 men and we
Yeah.
was drawing, and I knew we was drawing on the pitch. Not that we're talking about tonight. And we conceded 2 at the end, and we're a man up. It shouldn't happen. I lost my head. So I apologise to any of the
It's funny how that man advantage can sometimes go against you.
Yeah, because you think you've got a little bit more space or whatever, but I think I was a bit competitive tonight.
I would say after tonight, you get our box.
That's the thing. We should have a like.
If Stan's got time on his hands, he'll put a little graphic up.
Yeah.
There won't be a graphic. I would have picked Coxie from your team. Not that I normally do, but I remember towards the end of the game last week when we played you, and I think it was like 7 or 8-0 at that point. And I've gone on a very rare run with the ball.
I remember.
It doesn't happen very often. And I've taken a shot, and it wasn't terrible, and it just nipped the edge of the post. Coxie dived, and then he got up, started screaming at you all. Allowing me to do it.
I understand Tom's point of that. I get it.
Who's the biggest nerd on the team?
I'm gonna go Westy because his Crocs are mental. I just think
Another Croc.
just because his Crocs are like they got figurines in them. And they're not like I don't know. I'm not a Croc.
No, same.
But his are cool. But you can tell he cares about them.
Everyone takes a piss out of Liam.
With his figurines.
I don't know.
Everyone takes a piss out of Liam, but Liam's are just like worn pink, dirty pink Crocs. Whereas
there's no passion there.
No, Westy's got like the full little things stuck to them.
He's full on.
But I would also say that could very well apply to me as well, for like the way I try and sort the teams out to make sure everyone gets fair benefits from whoever else. But that's part of the job.
That's a treat. I like it.
Yeah, it's part of the job, lad.
Who's the most driven doughboy?
I think John.
Yeah.
John at the back, like he always runs off like a stat, like, "Oh, we beat these last time. We got this. We can do this."
Yeah.
You know, and like you need that sometimes. You know, obviously we're more players at the moment. Chopping and changing a bit more is a bit more difficult. But as a centre half or playing at the back, he like commands it, and he wants to do well. He wants to do this, and he's spot on. He's
had a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, John. And I agree with that. John Wright's the most driven in the team, mate.
It's a funny one because no one showers here. But who in the team is the longest in the shower? If you had to theorise,
100% me.
Really? Okay.
I'm at least 20 minutes in the shower.
Really?
The shower is where I do
I was
all
thinking
of my
Lewis
thinking.
is about 8 inches in the shower.
Whoa.
Oh, you've changed this conversation.
I don't know.
Mate. You've changed this conversation.
So you'll head into the shower for a dedicated thinking session?
Oh, yeah. No, not a dedicated thinking session, but I do all my thinking when I'm in the shower.
Right.
I come out with basically like a plan for the day. Whether that's work, whether that's whatever. Yeah. The shower's where I do all my
One of
thinking.
those fold-down seats.
No, I am. I actually
like that.
I genuinely
And a waterproof whiteboard.
I
where he
genuinely could do with a whiteboard in the shower. I have so many thoughts in the shower.
Wow.
Plan my work day, plan what I'm doing weekend. There's even shit like, oh yeah, I've got to remember to book a hotel for like 2 weeks' time or whatever else. All of that just comes out in the shower.
Wow.
Does that happen in the rain as well? When it's raining
No,
outside?
because I don't normally stand in the rain for like 20 minutes.
Fair enough. Better than his answer.
No, I think that's absolutely amazing.
Who spends the most on kit?
But this one we didn't know.
No, we
because
didn't.
If you're like new to MANvFAT and you haven't played football for 10 years, you're going to go out, you've got to buy the shoes, you've got to buy you know, like me, my stuff's 10 years old.
Right.
I have bought new boots since I copied Chris Taylor again. DH Gate, you know, I did spend on them, but someone who's coming in now, like Lewis Beresford, probably just had to buy boots.
Right, okay.
So
there's no
we don't go out and buy like tops and stuff. I don't think there's any massive expenditure.
Right.
There's no Jordan Lewis in our team.
No.
Well, he's the one that inspired this question.
Yeah,
That's why I asked
He
him.
told me on a Monday night five-a-side game the other day that he's on his 5th pair of boots in 12 months. Each one's like 200 quid a pair.
Yeah, it's something like 1.3k he's on.
Yeah.
He's spending.
I hope his family are watching this.
Wow.
So no Jordan Lewis.
No,
here,
there's no.
We haven't got anyone like
None
that.
of us are materialistic either, which is good.
Who runs the most?
Lewis Harry.
Lewis.
Lewis.
He's like a younger me 20 years ago.
How much younger is he?
Is he 20 years younger than you? He's, I don't know.
18?
No, he's 20.
He's 21?
I should know somebody left.
He's a nephew. Yeah, he's a nephew.
I should know that.
He's early 20s.
21,
Yeah.
Who's the goal scorer?
Kirky Freeman.
Oh, yeah. He scores everyone's goals.
Honestly, his feet are absolutely magic.
He's got goals for days.
And also, he's the only one, I think, in the whole programme that could go toe with Scan.
Yeah.
And that's a statement.
That it is
honest.
the
Is
same.
it honest? He's
Have you played Scan's team?
Yeah, we did, and Courtney wasn't here.
Oh, what? Fucking
yeah. Bit laugh.
Who's the funniest?
I reckon it's me, but I would.
He
Yeah,
said that. He said that to me earlier. He was like, I think it's me.
Funny.
I think it's Westy.
I am funny. I am.
I think it's Westy. The amount of random memes.
But he is
and whatever
funny,
else
yeah.
that Westy adds in
On the group,
main group
he's
chat.
more-
He's very.
So you're saying Ben's not funny?
So Westy's
No,
nerdy funny.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Am I saying Ben's
I'm
not
pretty
funny?
sure
No,
Ben's not
I'm saying
funny.
Westy's funnier.
In
That's what I'm
brackets,
saying.
you're definitely not funny.
Yeah.
Who's the dark horse of the team?
I think Dino. Just come
Yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Lost a bit of weight, just come in. He's
Yeah.
actually like, he hasn't played for 10 years,
Right.
got a bit of bait in, puts it a bait, and
Yeah.
he'll randomly message on like a Tuesday, like he's in Denmark or Germany.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's been
Like,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
still pulled up a loss as
Oh,
well.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, fair play.
And this is
And
only,
he's tracking as well. And
yeah,
Dino's
he's
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
tracking now today.
Good, good.
This is only week 2 for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Dino's.
Yeah, I think he is.
I met him and then he said, oh, I'm Dean Lofty, which is funny because I'm really short. So I love that. I'm going to say it whenever I see him.
Well, perhaps we should have put him as the funniest man. Stuff like that.
You know, you're one funny looking. Sorry,
Oh.
Dino. I told you it's funny.
And finally, who is the team's biggest loser?
I think it's John. But at first I said Tom or John because Tom's been longevity and lost.
Yeah.
Consistency.
From the start, you've probably been here the longest. You know,
I've been up and
consistent.
down quite
You know,
a bit
but
recently.
I think in our team, not just this season, I think John's been like steady.
Yeah.
I don't know. The stats might fly up. You know, I don't know.
No, stats won't fly.
The one who might
Stats won't fly.
The one who might be close to that now, though, is Ferg as well, to be fair.
No, it's
Now he's hit his 10.
Oh, what a
He hasn't been here for a great
He's not
number
going
of
to be here
seasons,
for
has
this
he?
long either. He's going
He's
to
not.
Liverpool.
Liverpool,
Moving to Liverpool, yeah.
Work commitments. So.
Poor lad.
Well, good to see him finish the day strong.
Yeah.
And thank you two for your time.
No.
No
I
problem
think
at
I
all.
said this in our solo video, but one of my favourite MANvFAT moments is when I first met you, and I said, "Oh, how did you hear about us?" And it was just it was a few weeks after the first national tournament, and you said, "Oh, I saw you on BBC News," and I thought I'd
BBC
come and
News,
give
I
it a
learned about
shot.
this place.
Did you?
Yeah.
And mate, the feeling I had the day that we won the tournament just came flooding back to me in that moment. You just saw us on the news. It was a real special moment.
Wow.
I had no clue MANvFAT existed at all until I literally read BBC News.
I think I knew I did, but I didn't know, like, because I played over the Corrie's Vets with Scan. I'm like, every so often he was coming in, he was slim and he lost a lot of weight, and I was like, yeah, baby.
He's having a good
You know,
season.
and he was
He is now,
he was tip top, and then he was posting his certificates online. I was thinking, I fancy a bit of that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't played like myself regularly for
Yeah.
a few years, so that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
Very good.
Come in, now I'm in now. Is it?
Thank you
No
both.
problem.
If you
No
listen
problem.
really carefully, you can hear Mike's and Vicky's band. Thank you very much.
It's time for that.
And we get a free flight.
Yeah.
And you get a
We're
free
gonna
pint,
get a free
yeah.
pint.